So today I am just going to do a fiery get ready with me kind of tutorial. I kind of got bored and I haven't worn makeup in a while, so this is kind of like a pop-up tutorial. I'm going to be using a lot of products today. Some of them are not first impressions, but this is like only my second time trying it, so I want to see, you know, how it works with other foundations. You got a clue on one of them. And just trying to test out different things to see what works and what doesn't work. So I'm starting off a little bit different. I'm not starting off directly with, well, I might as well start off with primer. So this is my Milk Hydro Primer. This stuff is really good. I don't use it as often because I'm trying to use up my old stuff first. So it's not really become of importance. Now, I do have an event to go to next weekend. So I will be wearing this. I will be doing full glam for that. But yeah. So I just kind of had like a pop-up, you know, urge to put on makeup. And I have to go out anyway, so it doesn't matter to me. Okay, so I am starting off a little different with this one, or with this tutorial. So I'm going to color correct, because in case you haven't noticed, I got that guy, and I got some more redness. I don't know what's going on with my skin, but something's going on. And I have a few spots to correct. This is the LA Girl Pro Concealer Green Color Corrector. Like I said, just like a tiny bit, you know, just little spots. That's my main one. So I'm going to use this sponge. Now, normally I use this sponge for my Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer. I'm just going to use, like, this edge right here. And just buff it. It is a dry sponge. But I don't know. For some reason, for this, for me, it just works better with a dry sponge than with a wet sponge. I feel like it soaks too much of the green up. Now, normally, on some days, I would set it with powder, but I've put so little on, there's no point. See? It looks a lot better. Okay, now, for foundation, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation, and I'm going to be mixing it with the Born This Way foundation. I have tried this. This is in the shade 120W, and this is in the shade Cloud, which is the lightest shade. This one oxidized on me really, really bad. Like, it was real bad. And I was kind of disappointed by it because I really like this foundation. So I'm going to try and mix it. See if that does anything. I don't know. We'll try. Just move to the side. Somewhere. Okay. So most of my foundation is going to be this. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of this one. Just to lighten it up. So shirt. That's a little bit better, but okay. I don't know what happened, but like some foundation came out of the Born This Way bottle. It was very nice. So hopefully I've put enough Born This Way foundation for it to lighten up. And so it doesn't oxidize, or even if it does oxidize, it's not too bad. Work with better colors. But it's fine. Okay, and now rest on the sponge. Sponge! I'm so excited. By the way, I did not wet this with water. This sponge with water. I wet it with some 6+ instead. Just to give it extra, I guess dewiness is the word. So, I have some good news. My characters that I had on my laptop, that the operating system is still not working. I didn't realize it, but in past videos I've had these little statues of characters. So I've decided, an executive decision was made, that those characters would be my characters for my channel that I created myself. And that review will I'll probably record it like right after I'm finished with this one. So I'll probably still wear the finished makeup look while I'm recording it. I know it's really boring, but it's okay. Alright, so far with this foundation, I'm actually really happy with how it looks. Not like it looked bad before. I mean, it looked amazing. But I feel like this is a lot better color. We'll just see what it looks like in the daylight. That's the big reveal, is when you go outside. But I feel like this is a pretty good match in here, in this lighting. I could very much be wrong. Okay. Oops. Next, for concealers, I am taking the Stay Naked concealers from Urban Decay. This is pure white and 10 NN, which is pretty light. I'm gonna put 10 NN on first, just to kind of get a good base, and then I'll add the white for highlight. And I like the way this is curved, like you see that. I like the way that's shaped, because it really does go like right under your eye. It's really pretty. And I've only worn this like a couple other times. And I'm really happy with how long it wears. Like, it wears for a very long time. So, I'm not doing anything special. I'm just doing a little, you know, I'm just going out getting some food and chillaxing and, you know, because I do have to get up early for work tomorrow. So, can't always have fun. And I'm just blending them out. I always always use a sponge to blend out my concealer. Some people have said, why don't you use a brush? The thing with using a brush for concealer is that, yes, it works for some people, but for me, I don't know. It just doesn't look right on me. Something about it just like... This just looks a lot better on me, and it makes me look a little healthier. Like with the brush, you can see the streaks of the brush. And there's different techniques to try and, I guess, fix it. Or keep it from doing that. But every time I try it, it doesn't work. So I just kind of let it be. You know, everybody's different. Yeah, it looks good. I had to add a little bit of an extra layer with this one. My dark circles have been really bad. Like, you can still see them. But oh well. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the white now and highlight everything. Just a little bit. Just like a tiny bit. Just enough. I am going to be like kind of bronzing, but it's going to be with a different bronzer. Which now everyone's like, ooh, what is it? It's not any major brand, makeup brand. It's not anything that I've used. I don't believe I've used it on this channel, believe it or not. I don't think. I might have in one of my earlier videos, like way back. But other than that, I don't believe I've used it. Or used them. Okay. Put these back now because they're well blended. Okay, so for my powders, actually, let me put this away. For my powders, I'm going to be using the Anastasia powders in translucent and vanilla. So I'm using the translucent to set my under eyes, and then I'm using vanilla to set my face. What I might do is, instead of using a sponge to set it, I might use a brush. Let me see. I'll just use a brush. This is the BH Cosmetics number 6 brush from the Marble Collection. This one I don't use as often, which is why it still has the numbers on it. So I'm going to make sure it doesn't have any creases. And I'm just going to lightly pat this under my eyes. I'm doing very light pats because it's not that hot out today where I live. So I don't really need a lot of powder. Now, just for safety precautions, because I am going to be using eyeshadows with a lot of pigment, it's best to put powder under your eyes to protect your under eyes, which is what I am going to do just as backup. Might push some of that in. It's not bad. I'm gonna need a little more. Okay, and I'm going to take a little extra and just pat it into my highlight areas. So any areas you want to have stick out, like your forehead, the bridge of your nose, the tip of your nose, under your eyes, maybe a little bit down by my cheeks. Not a lot, you know. Just to cut the cheeks. It's not really a necessity for me, but you know, some people like the way they look, or that it looks, so if you're into that, go ahead and do it. Okay. Woo! It's got a lot of powder in it. Okay. Now, to set the face, I am using vanilla. Ooh, that's a lot of powder. Okay. Actually, before I do that, let me go ahead and clean up my eyelids because I will be putting powder over the eyelids. I know that's supposed to lessen the pigmentation of the eyeshadows, but I have huge problems with creasing. So, and this shade in particular is light enough to still, show bright colors, almost like a white. Okay, now this part, I'm packing on powder. See all that powder. Okay. That made one heck of a mess. Go back in with a little little bit more translucent. Sometimes I go back and forth. This is a new technique that I've not made up, but I've learned, is to help blend my highlight shade and my face shade. I put the highlight shade and then I blend it with the whatever my face powder is going to be, and then I reapply it with I reapply the highlight shade, and I just feel like it's more of like a not flawless finish, but more like smooth. So okay, so for the palettes I'm going to be using today, these are old favorites of mine that I have fallen back in love with. You know, it's my ride or die, or they both are my ride or die. They're my just favorite, and I don't know why I stopped using them, but I did. I guess because I had to move on to other things. So these are the Take Me Back to Brazil palettes. This is the matte one. This is the shimmer one. I did this look the other day, and I really, really enjoyed how it looked. So I'm going to be recreating it today. And it's going to be fun. I don't remember what colors I used. Kind of forgot. Oh, well, we'll do a variation, because I used a lot of palettes, but I like the one that I picked, that I did in the final look better. Let me see. Yeah, it's this one. Okay, so I am first starting out with this orange right here. These don't have names, so I can't really specify. I just have to show you. Let me zoom y'all in. Boop. Okay. So I'm starting out with that orange. And I'm going to put this in the crease. I'm starting out with the outer edge first. That's just how I do things personally. Now, because I put out powder over my entire lid area, it's going to show up really late, but that's okay. Because instead of like just swipe, I'm just swiping in the beginning, but once we get past that first layer of powder, it will intensify. Trust me. I'm just putting it in my crease and I'm stamping it in, like, because of all the powder I have underneath. And this will have fallout, which is why we have the extra protection of the powder underneath our eyes. And I am going to slightly sweep it across my eyelids, or not my eyelids, my crease, just to blend it, just like a tiny bit. I can't remember what I used for my brow bone, because when I did this look, I already had my brows done. So let me take this one. I'm going to go in with the Makeup Revolution white. This is the Reloaded Marvelous Mattes palette. Take any white shadow. I'm just taking this one because it's closest to me. And I'm going to put that right under my brow to blend out that orange. It doesn't take a lot to blend this one out. To blend this specific orange. Some oranges and some colors in general are really hard to blend. It's perfect. Okay. Now, for the outer corner, I am going to take this really pretty red right here. I'm going to take that and put it right here in the outer corner. And I'm going to blend it up into the crease. I'm not going all the way in the crease, so it's kind of like literally just that outer corner. This brush is getting old. You know when you have an old brush and you know it's ready to go and it's just like done? That's that brush. I'm going back in with the orange now and I'm going to blend out that red. This eye always has given me a hard time. So this does not surprise me. That's giving me a hard time right now. Okay, I like the way that looks now. Finally. Let me get my, this is my Mona color switch. Just gonna get that off. Okay. I don't know if I deepened it with purple in the outer corner. Instead of using black, just use purple. Because I feel like the black would be too harsh, but I can't remember what I did. I'm gonna break my own rules. I know what I'm gonna do. So this is it's my Ray Ray palette. This is the first one she made. Like this one. With, let me see. It's like this big, huge thing. It's got highlighters and bronzers. We are going to be using this one today. But yeah, and these actually have names on them. Just in case you're interested. So, I'm going to go in with Connie, which is this one under the black. It's a very deep purple. And I really like how this would look with this specific look. So I'm going to put it in the very outer corner and blend it just a tiny bit. Like a little bit right here. And blend. See where it is? See how it is? I just very lightly blend it now. I may have added too much on this side, but that's okay. See how I did that? And then I am going to take the crease brush, which is the orange brush. Whatever brush you use for the orange. I don't list my brushes that I use because I feel like that's just mean. Because some people don't have it. So, and that's not fair. So, okay, so now that we have that done, that's where we want it to be. It's beautiful. It's perfect. I mean, it's perfect enough for me. If you want to blend it some more or anything, go ahead and do that. It's up to you. Okay, so I actually did some really cool colors. So I didn't really add like intense shimmer. It was kind of like just like a light shimmer, if that makes sense. So I'm going in with the Rio Edition palette. And I'm going to take that gold and put it on the lid. It's like the third one from the baby pink. And I'm just going to put that on my eyelids. No 6+, no nothing. Just kind of like, just kind of on there. Very light and airy, and I don't know. On that day I kind of felt like having just a light shimmer, but not like intense. I don't know. And then next I am going in with this orange that's like 2 down from the gold that I just used. And I'm going to put that where the orange and where the gold meet. Right there. And it kind of has like that pop of orange. Go back in with some more gold if you need to. I am, because I'm very particular about it, but yeah. And then that was it, basically. Tissue. Oh, going down. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a lot, you know, because I wasn't doing anything special on that day either, so it was just kind of like, well, here we go. So, what am I going to do? I want to do something. I mean, because I didn't really blend under here either. So I kind of just left it when I put the white on, and it just kind of like blended on its own. It just kind of looked blended. Let me see. What mascara did I use? Oh, I know what I used. Okay. So I'm just gonna take off the excess powder and all of that wonderful fallout that was just there. That is now gone. I'm going in with my medium-sized brush and going to get the cheekbones. And then my bigger, fluffier brush gets my whole face. Okay. Now, For this look, I kind of went more blown out underneath the eyes. So I'm going to take the red and the orange that I had in the crease, and I'm going to put it underneath my lash line, my waterline, lash line, however you say it. But instead of doing like the thin line, that I am normally accustomed to, I'm going to go a little bit further. Just like a tiny bit. You may not even see a difference. But to me, it makes a big difference. Okay, now I'm going in with the red and just going in the outer corner. And just kind of like doing a little line. Like that. Orange. Oh, my nose. My nose has been itching a lot more lately, and I don't know what's going on. I know TMI, but really, you know. Okay. Putting my eyeshadow palettes away, back in the sleeves, on my little thing over here. Ooh, I do need my blush palette. By the way, I used to put all of my, like, items that I use down in the description box. I'm probably gonna stop doing that because honestly, like, I don't mind doing it. It's just with everything that's been going on with my laptop, I just don't have the time to sit down and do every single little item. Which kind of sucks because I really liked how I did that, but it's just I use so much stuff. Like, I just can't. I can't. The fact that I have to write down every single little thing, and don't get it twisted, like, I don't mind putting in the effort. The thing is I use so much stuff, and just, it's terrible. Alright, let me zoom y'all out real quick. And a little closer. Here we go. See? This is what you look like from far away, if you do this look. Okay, let me put my brushes away. Boop. Now, what was I gonna do? Oh. I remember what I was gonna do. I also remember that on this day, I did eyeliner, but today I'm not going to do that. If you want to add a wing, add a wing. I might add a little one. I'll add a little bit of eyeliner. Which one did I use? This is my Stila liquid eyeliner. One of my favorites. I'm just going to add like a little wing. I remember why I don't do eyeliner. It's because I'm not any good at it. There you go. There's a little wings. I also added black in the waterline. In the waterline. I know it sounds, the way my accent is, it sounds different. So this is the Urban Decay 24 Hour Glide On Eye Pencil in the shade 0. So I'm going to use this. And the waterline. Sorry, I can't talk and do eyeliner. There you go. Ta-da! And what else did I do? Okay. So now on to... I'm going to let my eyeliner dry a little longer, actually. And I'm just going to go ahead and do my brows. Now, when I did my brows, I did my Anastasia brow pomade. For today, I'm using my Ka-Brow from Benefit. This is very old. And I need to use it up. And it's almost gone. Like, it's just about gone. Why not use it, you know? It's not going to kill me to use something different. What I like about the Anastasia one, though, is that it's very creamy. And it's less pigmented. Or, I mean, it's more pigmented. And so, I can just get a pigmented brow just real quick. And also something that I don't like about this pomade that I don't know if anyone has talked about, but it flakes throughout the day. And I don't know if it's the formula because it's not as like creamy, it's more of like a wax kind of formula. But I noticed that the last time I wore this, which was not a couple days ago, but a little bit ago. It was like flaking all over. Like, I thought it was my mascara, and then as I looked closer, it looked more of like my brow shade, and I was like, what? And I was very confused, and then when I realized that it was my brows, I was like, oh. Well then. My eyebrows are so uneven. They're uneven in general. I don't mind. You know, nobody's perfect. I don't know if we're getting ready to get a thunderstorm or what, but I am going to go get me some food. Okay, I am a big girl. I need some food. I'm just like, oh, I still need that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes. Mascara, I can't remember what I used, so I'm just going to use a random one. Or maybe, did I add lashes? Oh, I added lashes. Okay, well, I'm not adding lashes today because I'm not in all that. Because the lashes I added, I had to throw away. It was time for them to go. They served their purpose. And so, I'm just going to use my Bad Gal Bang. This is in my full size. I have a mini version, but I think it's getting ready to, I think it's pretty much toast. And what I like about this one is that it has a longer wand. So I'm able to get where I need to get. And it looks really pretty on me. You may not be able to see my natural lashes, but they're very pretty. It's a very pretty mascara. I quite like it a lot. Okay. I'm so excited. I've been loving makeup recently again, and like trying new stuff, and it's been fun. Okay, so for blush, I'm using my Pro Artist palette, and I'm going in with this bright coral shade. I used this when I did this look. It looks intense, because it is. Woo! Hit my mirror. But what I will say about these blushes is they blend out very well. They do. They blend out perfect. And they're only like $5. This palette was only $5 for 10 really pretty shades. Like, I ain't even gonna front. Like, that's actually really nice. I haven't found the palette again at Five Below since I've been there. I'm not quite sure if they got rid of it or if it's just online only or what's going on. I don't know. But like I said, I'm going to go in with the It's My Ray palette, and I'm going to use this bottom shade. It's called Chai as my bronzer. You know? I feel like that's a very pretty shade to work with. And I was correct. It smells like chocolate. And I'm really gonna blend this because I went out after I tried my Anastasia, my first review of it, and yeah, this was not blended. Yeah, got a lot of looks for that one. Okay, so that's about it for bronzer and do I want a contour? No. Won't contour. Leave it like this. Because it's very pretty. And I quite like it. Okay. Now, highlighter, I kind of had a mix of highlighters. Yeah. So, is this it? No, it was this one. I have a lot of highlighters. Okay. Put this here for a minute. Okay. So I'm just going to pick a random combination. This is the Lunar Beauty highlighter in Mercury. This is like the gold one, which I think would go really well with this because it's just kind of like the gold, fiery red, like the gold just goes with the thing. And look how pretty that is. Look at that. That's pretty. Now, I do have a lot of powder on, so I'm thinking that this might not be as blinding as it usually is. But don't worry, I will be going in with another highlighter, of course. Cupid's bow, chin. I'm gonna put this in the corner of my eyes. Okay, now I am going in with the Ofra highlighter and Star Island. And I'm going to put that over top, blend it out. It looks really pretty on camera. In person, it's not like that blinding. It's kind of like a glitter kind of thing, kind of highlight. I mean, it's still pretty. It's just kind of light for my liking, but whatever. I'm going to add that in the inner corner to my eyes. And it just brings like a little bit of brightness to it, not too much. That's my family. Wonderful. Love them bits, but they're always noisy. Good thing we're almost done. I have to remove other highlighters to put my highlighters back, so. Oh, man. Put highlighter all over my face. Okay. For setting spray, I'm just going to use this one because I'm almost out of it. On that day, I used random ones, so it doesn't really matter. I'm going to be using the NYX Dewy Finish Spray. Shake it up. Some of that just got in my eyeball. Wonderful. I'm just drawing off my lips. And for lips, I'm going in with the NYX Slip Tease Full Color Lip Oil, and this is in the shade Breezy. It's like this bright coral shade that I really like. It tickles me so much. This applicator is so fuzzy and it tickles my lips. Makes it hard for me not to laugh. Like, have you ever had applicators? It's just ticklish. It's one of those. Okay, so the face is set, everything is good, and now on to natural lighting. Okie dokie, so here I am in natural light. I'm gonna fix my top. So, that's how it looks. I know I messed up on my eyeliner a little bit, but, you know, I don't normally wear eyeliner. And like I said, like, my lips are like that bright coral shade. It's a good thing that's a little bit more blended. I mean, when I had it before, it was like... Anyway. So I hope you guys like the video. Please subscribe. At this point, my schedule is just kind of like whenever I can upload. So hopefully, I'll just try to have videos like back to back. Yeah, so I will see you guys next time.